Hey, welcome back to the channel, guys. If it's your first time here, go ahead, like and subscribe. If you already been subscribed, go ahead, blow up that like button, and watch this video all the way through if you want to know kind of how I deal with going about getting kind of commercial contracts with companies. Okay, so to start off, I had one of my viewers ask me how do I go about getting contracts or getting jobs from companies such as like U-Haul, what's another one out there, like U-Haul and all these other companies out here that have fleet vehicles, basically getting contracts for fleet detailing. And basically how you go about that is you actually have to go there in person. Emailing them, calling them will not do the trick. I would go there in person, ask to speak to the manager. If the manager's not there, go ahead, get their card, their info, so you can call them up and say, hey, I'm blah blah blah. I have a detailing business. I wanted to offer you guys my service. Can we meet in person? I find that meeting people in person works out way better than emailing and calling and all that extra stuff nowadays. So what I would do if I were you guys is go up there in person, have your business cards ready. Now, obviously, have a fresh cut, fresh shave, clean clothes on. You don't even have to wear your logo on your shirt. Just have on something nice. Look like you're going to an interview that's going to mean something. You're going to get the job. So you show up there, you show them what you can do, this and that. You ask them if they have anybody in place already, and if so, what are they charging? And to get the job, I would say, I wouldn't lowball as too much of what they're getting charged, but they kind of want to get a deal out of it. They want to get something good out of it. So if they like you, if they like the vibe you're giving off, if you're coming correctly with, your business name, your EIN, your tax identification numbers, all this good stuff, and you got it all worked out in the beginning before you even get the job or the contracts to do this monthly, yearly, whenever, you'll look better than your competition out there. So now obviously there will be guys out there that will be saying, hey, yeah, we're getting these guys to pay, we're paying these guys $50 a car. Those guys, those managers, they could be lowballing you actually from what those other detailers are actually charging them to see if you would even go lower. But I would already initially, before you even go try to get these contracts, look at what type of vehicles they have at this company. Do the specs on them, Google them, look at like the different modifications. Right here, this one has vinyl flooring, so we just power wash the floor. Easy job. Cars like this little ProMaster or whatever, or these Ford Transits, super easy. There's just one cabin, 2 seats, and just a carpet and a dash. Blow it out, vacuum it, extract it, whatever. So if they got a big Sprinter van, obviously it's huge. If they got a pickup truck, it's huge. You might have to blow out the van. Also, kind of run the numbers on it. So what do you want to offer this person? Do you want to extract the seat every time? Do you want to put a car seat in there every time? Do you want to wax it? Do you want to do the headlights, tire shine, wax, all that? You have to pull out the ladder. You have to pull out the big water tank if you're mobile, or they have to come to your shop and you're just spending a lot of money on water, chemicals, and stuff like that. So if you're at an interior shine, you have to run the numbers on it. Give them a decent price. Like I said, figure out what their fleet vehicles are, and then also how many of them. Ask them how often you want these serviced. If you're mobile, if they're coming to the shop, if they're going to use you to knock out 25 cars and then won't use you to next year, then hey, you have to come up with that number. If they're going to consistently use you every month, year round, then you have to come up with a nice price, because then you'll be seeing those cars more frequently and it'll be even faster for you to detail them / clean them or whatever. So I would think about that. But more importantly is going there in person, getting the manager's name. The manager has to contact the GM and get all those specs figured out beforehand. But before you do all that, know your pricing, know who you're dealing with, do your research and your homework or whatever. Look at the vehicles, figure out what you would charge, knowing that they would either see you every 6 months or once a year. These contracts are good. There's definitely good money in it if you get the ones that are continuous throughout the year. But I personally have some with a couple companies here in St. Louis. I maybe service these vehicles maybe once a year, so obviously I'm charging a little bit more because they're coming to me in this type of fashion, as you can see in this video. The seats are pretty bad. Obviously the space in the back wasn't too bad. We just power washed that out, but you can see what I'm dealing with. I'm not putting in any interior shine. Kind of confused my words right there, but I'm not putting on no interior shine on this. I'm just extracting the seats because I see them once a year, this company. I may do about 5 or so vehicles. That's if they're super, super dirty. You might have to remove odor every once in a while. Obviously, each company has smokers in there. You might have to do the carpet. So we do full on details for a nice price. And then obviously they get their money's worth because it comes back. The current employee can reuse it, or they can give it to a new employee who just signed on to the company. So they know the deal. They know the kind of the specs that we're both going to sign off on. They know they're getting the best quality out there because we're doing the full detail. Now, if it was just like a basic wash and vacuum, we're just simply, doing it for a lesser price, and that can be worked into the contract as well. If they have independent drivers that get their own vans and drive out there, they can, kind of pull up and go ahead and get the car wash, and we can just charge the company's car right there, saying so-and-so just came and got a car wash. They just vacuumed out their van or so, or truck, because of a dirty job that they had. And these are the type of things you got to talk about and you got to think about before you even make that step, and before you even pull that trigger. You want to have all the specs worked out and say, hey, look, even if you have, and also, before I end this video, you definitely want to make sure you're making enough. Like, that's the main thing. Are you making enough? Because a lot of these companies will try to lowball you, but make sure you're making enough, and even state that when you're telling them, say, hey, look, I got 3 employees. We can knock out 2 cars within an hour or so, But you got to pay your employees and you got to pay yourself ultimately at the end of the day, and make sure you're making a profit, because you got to reimburse, your employees for their time. You got to re-up on products, chemicals, supplies, whatever. And plus you got rent or a car or a van payment. So you got to think about all this, and it all comes into play. So plan out each car, come up with a set price, go talk to them personally, make sure you have everything mapped out and planned out, and then you'll be good to go. It's literally that simple, guys. Hopefully this video helped you and you found good value in it. And if that's the case, like, subscribe, and share this to the next one, and we'll see you guys down the road.